Sultan of Sokoto explains why over 150 people were killed in Plateau. The Sultan of Sokoto, Alhaja Sa'ad Abubakar III, has revealed the cause of the killings of over 150 people in 15 local governments of Plateau State on Christmas Eve. According to him, the killings in some parts of Plateau State, which claimed lives of innocent people, were not motivated by religious bigotry. The Sultan said this on Wednesday during the closing ceremony of intensive vocational course organized by Muslim Student Society of Nigeria, MSSN, a zone at the Sir Abubakar Tafawa Balewa Stadium, Bauchi. Abubakar wondered why wanton killings of innocent people and destruction of valuable property continue to inflict damage on Nigerians. He said there is the urgent need for security apparatus of the country to devise proactive strategies and tactics to stop killings of Nigerians before such incidents occurs in the future. The Sultan noted that such killings are devilish and cannot be attributed to godly religion, hence the need to stop the narratives that the killers belong to any faith. He said the spate of insecurity in the country is tied to leadership, political and military, and called on people to give maximum support to leaders for change to materialize in the country. It is an issue of leadership, and let's continue having confidence on the leaders that in the next couple of months, things are going to change for good, he appealed. Very interesting. He also called on security agencies to up the game through intelligence gathering to defeat insurgency, banditry, and kidnappings. You see, the issue here is obviously the Sultan of Sokoto, given his position, yes, is obliged to give his opinion. Not even opinion. He doesn't necessarily have any legal power in the traditional form of government. I don't think that's recognized anyway. But he can speak on issues like this. And I guess that's why they're in positions like this. However, for you to say that this has nothing to do with religion in a country like Nigeria, that I find that quite hard to believe. And, if you look at the records in the last, let's say 15 years, every time around Christmas, around this time of year, there has just been attacks, especially in the northern part of Nigeria, where attacks are geared towards people. Well, let me not say towards people. These attacks, statistically, have been in churches, church gatherings, Christmas Eve events, even on Christmas Day. So, it's like a normal issue. I'm not even going to try. Obviously, this is not normal, but I can remember, even as a young child, around Christmas time in the north, something just needed to happen, whether it was in a church. I mean, we have these attacks, sometimes during the year, at certain periods, but at Christmas time, it just increased exponentially. And so you're asking yourself questions like, wait, so when did these kind of, do these just happen every single time? And you realize in the last 15 years, at least, this is happening. This is like a normal thing. You just hear it in the news. And it's very sad because I think we've been conditioned to just expect or hear certain things, and we're used to hearing them a lot of times that we kind of get desensitized. And really, we need to think to ourselves, this is not normal. So for the Sultan of Sokoto to try detach any religious bigotry or religious undertones, not even undertones, in fact, overtones on this matter is like, excuse me, we're not going to be delusional. And I think there's certain things where we can't close our eyes and be willfully ignorant. That is the worst thing you can do. I mean, people are literally ignorant, and that has its own dangers to themselves, how they interact with the world and what they do. But to be willfully ignorant is like you're inflicting sickness on yourself and you know it. That is horrible. And that is bad. Let's look at the comment section and see what Nigerians are saying. First of all, you are a foolish leader to let that rubbish out of your mouth. Are the bandits not your subject? Well, now, as I said, with the Sultan of Sokoto, yes, he has a position, but traditionally, I guess traditional power and a traditional form of government is not recognized in the legal system. So there is really nothing we can do or expect a change to happen like that. Well, these killers are in Nigeria, they're not spirits. You northerners know these killers. And if someone steals a seasoning cube in just around to Lagos, I believe it won't take security days to arrest the person. You see, I think this highlights a much bigger issue, and I think it's very, very sad. We are so tribalistic in this country, and I think that the more we try to deny it, and as I said, willful ignorance, let's not try to pretend. Yes, we know what is better. Listen, everyone knows what is good and what is bad. Everyone knows there's a certain standard. Everyone knows there's a way to do certain things. I mean, there's certain things that, in terms of behaviors and ideologies, that we can all agree on. This is right, this is wrong. We know it is not, accepted to be unkind to people or, harshly judge people. I mean, we can start using the words such as prejudice, segregation, all that kind of words. But in this case, we cannot pretend that as a people, we are not tribalistic. Because you would find that making comments like, you northerners know these, you Igbos know these, you Yorubas know these, you Urobos, ethics, whatever, you know these. And it's like, people, we are so in our identity that it's such a problem. Look at the elections, and people try to blame Tinubu and say, oh wow, he used the tactic of religious and tribal lines and undertones to push his campaign. No, I mean, first of all, you cannot